Now, at the risk of a rant, there are myriad issues with the research methodologies out there, especially surrounding the concept of endurance training. I am not even referring to those rare scientists that skirt those ethical lines, but rather the difficulty in controlling the variables needed to get a clean read on a very complex set of results. If you look at the design and methods of many of those studies out there, you're going to find that they suffer some pretty critical pitfalls. Many are underpowered with a very limited N or number of subjects. The time horizon is often too short to be truly dispositive of a training benefit, covering several weeks versus the months or even years that you need to drive a valid conclusion. This is nearly unavoidable considering researchers can only control variables and monitor human subjects for so long in the real world. The subjects unto themselves are often not representative of the true training populations. In many cases, those beginner or newbie gains cloud things by amplifying training impacts. There's a strong influence of survivorship bias, especially when it comes to health and fitness outcomes. And the Hawthorne effect should never be ignored. There's going to be a certain cohort of subjects understanding that they are being watched and evaluated that are going to change their behavior and amplify their performance to please the researchers. These subjects may not be holding all of their other lifestyle elements fixed, which is further confounding the results. It's these elements and many more that result in conclusions that highlight a cause and effect relationship that is not often as strong as the data may indicate. In some cases, the causal effect is completely misidentified. I'm sure you've all heard of the idea of correlation not always implying causation. This becomes more misleading as people tend to look at research studies in a very reductive way and often assume that a very narrowly focused impact can be broadly applied. But the truth is that it's rarely the case. If you look at the larger and very limited body of research when it comes to endurance sport, you are going to find that study results are seemingly in conflict, but maybe not so much if you take the idea of training more holistically, which is how I want to frame this discussion today. Now,